know a phrase that as soon as I hear it, it's an instant eye roll. And I'm just warning you, this is gonna hurt some of your feelings. When a guy goes on a tangent about not all men. Oh my gosh. And let me tell you why before Carl goes crazy in the comment section. There are some wonderful men out there, okay? I would know, I'm married to one. But men who are not a part of the problem not only understand that there is a problem, but they don't feel the need to prove it to the world and shout from the rooftops, not all men, not all men.
Really?
I hate to break it to you, lady, but we kinda do, especially when for the last decades, modern females have been going online to judge men for the downfall of humanity. And when this judgment is passed, it's usually based on emotions, hearsay, and conjecture, and it's directed towards the bottom 90% of men. Is that all men? Of course not, but it's close enough to round up. We are constantly being accused of being angry, creepy, and violent. Our views are constantly being disregarded as you call us patriarchs, bigoted, or my personal favorite, incels. Personally, I don't care much for the phrase not all men because it sounds a little too meek, but it's the bare minimum a man can do just to stick up for himself against emotionally charged political hate mongers who want us to take responsibility for their lack of maturity.
They already know. They already know that we all know. I don't know how to explain to these guys that not only if the shoe don't fit, don't wear it, but also if you hear phrases like women are afraid to walk alone at night because men, or women have to be careful of their drinks at bars because men, and you feel triggered by that, maybe you should unpack why.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby! Don't you put that on us!
Well, that's just it, isn't it, lady? Modern women don't know that a majority of the men aren't the problem. If they did, they wouldn't feel the need to blame us for the complete collapse of society. This goes beyond a few innocuous statements. We are constantly being accused of felonies, assault in multiple forms, stalking, and messing with drinks, just to name a few. Crimes that don't require a whole lot of evidence, just an accusation. And even if we have rock-solid alibis, sworn statements, and an overwhelming amount of evidence that proves the accusation is false, we're still forced to carry the social stigma for the rest of our lives. Hell, we can't even glance over at a woman for more than a quarter of a second before being labeled as a... And when you have that particular sort of Damocles arbitrarily hung over your head, you can't help but feel a little insulted when a TikToker goes online to disrespect you.
Do you know how many times on the internet I've seen guys complain about women who play hard to get are toxic, or women who are just after guys' money? And I've never once felt the need to go, well, not all women, because I know that. I know they're not talking about me because I don't act that way. And the worst part is I could sit here and explain it all day, and some of y'all just still won't get it. If you don't want to be associated with the problem, just don't be part of the problem. It's not that hard.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid. Now wait just a minute. And you're ugly, just like your mum.
I can't help but appreciate the irony of a woman who's getting defensive over men who are just speaking up for themselves, especially when her solution is to tell us to bury our heads in the sand and not be part of the problem as if we were originally. Lady, calling out a chick for being a gold digger is not the same thing as elected government officials, televised political commentators, and TikTok influencers who accuse us of being violent psychopaths. This kind of stuff has drastic, real-world repercussions that have catastrophic effects on men's lives. So as men who are tired of having the finger pointed at us for crimes we've never committed, nor would we even consider committing, we have a duty to call out this behavior whenever it happens. And if you don't like it, well then you already know it's not aimed at you, so instead of telling us to calm down, maybe you should take your own advice and shut up for once. Because if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
Checkmate. Checkmate. Checkmate.
Dang. It's about year 45. I'm trying to find my husband in a coffee shop. I live in San Diego and I work from home, and I absolutely hate the dating apps. Because I'm self-employed, I don't really interact with people on a daily basis. I need to start putting myself out there. I'm trying to find the best coffee shop in San Diego to go to find attractive and successful men. I usually end up driving somewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna go today.
Well, something about that is just downright unsettling.
We are living in a golden era of modern women, ladies who put in way too much effort and go to businesses in an attempt to try to find a husband. Woman, it's a coffee shop, not a husband store. You just can't walk in and pick a man. Any man that's going there isn't looking for a wife, especially the kind of man you seek. I can assure you of that much. The kinds of men who are young and successful don't need to look for a woman at a coffee shop. He already has the pick of the litter when it comes to women, and you're not even worthy of being called the runt of that particular litter. And it's nothing short of amazing that you think these young, successful men have nothing better to do with their time than just hang out at a coffee shop and wait to be hit on by older, average-looking women. Most of us just want to be left in peace, but apparently that's too big of a favor to ask nowadays.
I also decided I'm gonna start having random conversations with strangers because I don't do a very good job of talking to people when I'm in the coffee shop. So now if I see an attractive young fellow, I'm gonna try to go up and actually chat him up. I have no idea what I'm gonna end up saying, but honestly, I think just even making friends, it'll be nice. Okay, I'm gonna finish my makeup and then I'll show you the fit. My makeup is done, very basic today, but I feel like it looks good.
Nobody cares, Sean. Nobody cares.
So your plan to find a husband is to just wing it and hope that the sheriff of Chattingham is willing to settle for less, huh? Well, I guess that beats getting your passport and trying to find a husband in a foreign nation. It keeps the toxic chaos contained within our borders of unreasonable insanity. Now, I'm gonna give this broad the benefit of the doubt and assume that she's being sarcastic when she says she's been trying to do this for 45 years. Now, if you were a decade younger, an awkward conversation with a man might be seen as cute and endearing and might actually work, but she's obviously closer to her 30s than she is her early 20s. The problem is you're older, and the same tactic when you do it just makes you come off as annoying at best and desperate at worst. Trust me, sister, it's not gonna work out as well as you think.
I feel like the fit is giving 2016 college for me. It's literally 80 degrees in San Diego. Like, what else do I wear? It's not really saying successful entrepreneur, but maybe it could. I don't know what to wear. Trial and error. I'm gonna wear this today. The one thing about me is that I'm not afraid of rejection and I will shoot my shot. Has it been successful so far? No. But will it one day be successful? Maybe. All right, off to find my future husband at the coffee shop. See you guys later.
Good luck.
You know what, gentlemen and gents, I've been harboring a deep, dark secret for a long time, and I can't hide it anymore. It's time that you know my shame, and that shame is I'm not a fashion expert. I mean, I've put next to no effort when it comes to caring about how a woman dresses, but even with that being said, even I know you're way too old to be dressing like that. You look like a woman who's desperately trying to get a man to notice you. What you're wearing is unflattering and kind of pathetic in all of the worst possible ways. Now, I'm gonna give you some credit. You're willing to shoot your shot, which is nice. And though you have the right idea, your aim and timing are way off target. Because when you do that to the good sheriff, that young, successful man is going to assume a soccer mom is bothering him with the intent on using him to cheat on her husband. And all he wants to do is run his business in peace.
This is just so shocking. I mean, I must just be so monumentally naive.
You are.
Today, my husband hit me with one of the worst insults I've ever had in my entire life. Generally speaking, this man is a complete golden retriever of a husband. He's always hyping me up, telling me I'm beautiful, he loves my cooking, tells me I'm a boss all the time when he hears me handling my business at work. So he's also older than me, so every now and then a song will come on and it'll be like, this is my jam, and I'll hit him with the, oh, I was in kindergarten.
Man, that's just mean. That's mean, man.
Oh boy, we already know where this is going. Your husband, who seems like a stand-up guy and is fiercely loyal to you, made some kind of a passing comment about your age and it destroyed your fragile ego. However, it's totally okay for you to be constantly straight up making fun of your husband because of his age, which is a great way to show your lack of respect for the man as well as your egregious double standards. You assume a lot of men out there aren't sensitive about their age, and to some extent, you're right. But for a lot of other men out there, it's still kind of a dicey subject, and making comments about it isn't a very nice thing to say. And for the record, you have no right to make fun of your husband for liking Unbelievable by EMF. The 90s were a simpler time with way better music than any of the garbage you ever liked.
So this morning, I'm in the bathroom getting ready. He comes in to talk to me, and I say something like, you know, I just feel my anxiety creeping back up. It was gone and now it's coming back. And he says to me, damn, this whole middle age thing is harder than they said it would be. Middle age? Me? No, sir. I do not accept.
Old.
Old?
Old.
Wait a minute, that's it? For a second, I thought your husband called you grandma or Saint Agnes or something like that, but all he did was make a passing comment about your middle age, and it almost even sounds kind of empathetic, because woman, you are middle-aged. You've reached the halfway point in your life. There's no shame in that. That's kind of sort of how time works, especially when you consider that you're married and you have kids. You accomplished your purpose in life and you did it before the halftime buzzer. That's something to be celebrated, especially in this day and age when there's an entire generation of you who completely screwed up so badly that they're reaching 40 and they haven't had kids or severely psychologically damaged the ones that they did have. Yes, the bar is set that low, but you can't accept that because of your insecure desire to be wanted by other men. Get over yourself, woman. Don't be a sore winner.
Now, I get that when I was in my 20s and any younger than that, I definitely thought 38 years old was middle age. But I keep this shit tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna live to 105 years old, which means the middle of my life will be when I am 52 and a half years old and not a day sooner. I will not be middle age until my son has graduated from high school. Until such point, I am a hot young wife. A hot young wife.
Okay, I'll commend you on your fitness regimen. I really do. Most wives just let themselves go by your age because they sank their claws into a man and don't feel the need to remain attractive anymore. But regardless of how many Pilates you do or how well your diet may be, you are a middle-aged wife. And there aren't enough semantics in the world to change that. It's obvious you're so insecure that when your husband made an innocuous statement in passing that your first instinct was to put him on blast while displaying your full-on denial for the entire planet to witness. Age is not a number, sweetheart. It's a fact of life. And you don't get to change that goalpost because of your fifis. Face it, woman, you're middle-aged. And there isn't enough denial in the world to change the fact that you're knocking on menopause's door. And that's gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a comment or two, and share this video so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Keep on kicking ass in the minefield of life, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.